Huh. Okay. Okay. Huh. Great. Seems like my 12 volt has finally died. But I will use this as a teaching opportunity to show you guys what to do in this case. So if you want to find out how to handle a dead 12 volt battery, then stay tuned. All right, guys, so I'm going to tell you up front, I do not have a dead 12 volt. I disconnected the 12 volt lead from the battery to simulate a dead 12 volt because my 12 volt has been perfectly fine for the last nearly 2 years. But even to this day, I'm still hearing from you guys that you are experiencing dead 12 volts with your cars. Now this applies to Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, GV60, EV6. All of these cars are experiencing this excessive 12 volt drain issue that's causing dead batteries. Now, it has gotten better over the last few months since Hyundai did release some software updates that limit the number of times that BlueLink can be pinged, because their stance is that for the most part, the 12 volt is being drained by excessive use of BlueLink and apps that connect to the car through BlueLink via its API. There was also a change to the way that the 12 volt is charged. It used to be that if the car was sitting at, I believe, 20% state of charge or below, it would not charge the 12 volt battery, similar to the way an alternator charges a 12 volt in a gas car. But according to recent software updates, Hyundai has now amended that to be 10% and lower. So if your car is above 10% state of charge, the 12 volt will continue to be charged. And how do you know it's charging? You will know because of the little yellow indicator on the dashboard. When that light is lit, that means the 12 volt is actively being charged. So that's a little background on the matter, but what do you do if you're out in public and you get to your car and the 12 volt is completely dead? What if you went on a flight and you come back to a car that you can't even open? Well, I'm going to show you guys step by step how to handle that today. So obviously you can see key fob does absolutely nothing and the button on the door does nothing. So step number one, we got to get into the car. Now to do that, with our key fob, there's actually a secret key hidden in here. Now what you have to do on the back side is push this little button in with your fingertip, and then you'll be able to pull out a physical key. Some of you probably didn't even know that exists. So when you come up to the door, you're gonna wanna push on the left side of the handle, and that will obviously display your little key slot. So you're gonna take your key, place it in the slot. There's just enough room to barely clear the edge of that. You're going to twist it counterclockwise and then pull the door open. So congratulations, you are now back into your car. So you can go ahead, take your little key and put that away for the time being so you don't lose it. So now obviously anything you do in here isn't going to work. You can't start the car, you can't do anything. Now this is the big point where you can go either two routes. So if you don't have a 12 volt battery booster, now you're going to have to call for help because you have no way to charge that 12 volt. Now the way you can do that is either call AAA, call a mechanic, a tow shop, what have you, but Hyundais do come with free roadside assistance for several years. So you can call them and they will come with a 12 volt booster pack. They can jumpstart the car for you and you can be on your way. Now I chose to purchase a 12 volt jumper just in case. So we got to gain access to the 12 volt. Now I'm sure most of you have been in your hood before, but if you haven't, here's how you do it. Down near the driver's left foot, there is a little lever that you can pull and that will undo the hood latch. Now something else I need to stress before you move on to the front is make sure you close the driver's door. If you don't shut the door once you connect that 12 volt booster and power it on, it's going to think the car is being stolen and it's going to set off the alarm and the horn is going to start blaring. So unless you want that to happen, make sure you shut the door. Okay, so if you've never been under the hood before, all you got to do is simply reach under here with your right hand, push over this little bar right here, and that will release the latch. And what's nice about the Ioniq 5, the EV6, the GV60, they all have hydraulic gas hood struts, so you don't have to deal with a prop rod or anything. You can just go ahead, throw it open, and it stays open. Okay, so next step you're gonna do, pop open your front trunk, and you will see there is a plastic cover right here. To remove this, to gain access to the 12 volt, all you gotta do is grab it and just pull straight up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clips on it, and those should release. Put that to the side. So now that you've gained access to the 12 volt, next thing you're gonna do is take your 12 volt jumper. In this case, this is one I used to recommend, but they seem to have discontinued it, so I currently don't really have a good recommendation, but read the reviews on Amazon. You should be able to find a decent one. So with mine, like most, you have the 12 volt jumper adapter for the separate battery pack here. So you've got a little flap here for engine start. Pull that back. Plug in your adapter. Mine's a little worse for wear because it got a lot of use last year with my lawnmower. So what you're going to do next is open the positive terminal flap here. So the first thing you're going to do here is you're going to attach the positive side to the positive side of the terminal. Red is positive. And then on the negative side, you're going to go ahead and connect that to the negative terminal. Now in the case if I had a 12-volt battery, you would start hearing some clicking sounds, but I don't. But now the battery is providing 12-volt power to the car. So we should be able to go in the cabin and start her up. So go ahead, get in your car. Foot on the brake, make sure the key fob is on you, and go ahead and start. And the car will come back to life. Now reverse, you're just going to pull off the negative, pull off the positive, and that's about it. Set that to the side and put it away. Now you're just going to close up that positive terminal flap, take your cover piece, put it in place, just push down, make sure all the snaps engage, and then you can close up your front trunk and you are done. So now that the car's started, you're definitely going to want to get it charging. So if you're below 35% state of charge, get it home, get it to a DC fast charger, plug it in, and I would say bring it to at least 50% state of charge just to be safe. So I would say the next thing you're going to want to do is definitely get the battery looked at. Go to either AutoZone, Napa, bring it to the dealership if that's what you want to do, and have them do a health check of your 12-volt battery to see if the battery is shot. If it's shot, it should get replaced under warranty. If you're out of warranty, you're going to have to buy a new one, and that's probably going to cost you at least $100 or so. So one thing you're going to find that really sucks about losing your 12-volt battery is that if you have trip computers in the car that have been keeping a running tally of your efficiency since you bought the car, it's going to completely disappear. I just lost my ongoing efficiency number for the last almost 2 years, which kind of sucks, but I was willing to do it for this video. I took a screenshot of it before I did so just to make sure that I collected that information. I'm not here trying to scare you guys that this is going to definitely happen to you. I really think that new 2024 Ioniq 5s have probably got all the bugs figured out with this by now. They have fresh 12-volt batteries. So if you have a 2024 and have been experiencing this, please let me know down below because the car's only been on sale for a month or two now, and I really hope that this issue is solved. But it's good to be prepared if this does happen because you could be stranded somewhere late at night and not know what to do. So I'm just of the opinion that it's good to be prepared in this situation. In the description below, I will leave some links to some highly recommended 12-volt jump starters on Amazon. I don't have personal experience with them, but they seem to have good reviews. I will also leave the phone number for Hyundai Roadside Assistance. You can call them and get some help through them for free. So why do I think that this issue is still happening to Ioniq 5 and other owners of other Hyundai EVs? This is just pure speculation, but I believe that the 12-volt batteries on people who have had the Ioniq 5 for a long time have been so damaged from repeatedly being completely drained, which if you know anything about batteries, you know that lead-acid batteries do not like being completely discharged. They're being discharged so deeply, so often that they're so damaged that no matter how much charging the car is doing to it, it's not going to hold that charge. And eventually, when it's not actively charging the 12-volt, it's just going to reach that point where it can no longer power on the car. So I personally think there's a lot of damaged 12-volt batteries out there that do need to be replaced. And hopefully the updated software logic that allows the 12-volt to be charged at a lower state of high voltage battery state of charge, hopefully that's helping. The BlueLink update also seems to be helping. So I think all these things in combination are attributing to this happening much less often than it originally was last year. But the sheer fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, this is such a stupid problem that owners of EVs should not have to worry about. But regardless, I hope you guys found today's video helpful. Maybe it'll get you out of a sticky situation, and make sure you're prepared for incidents like this, even though we shouldn't have to deal with them. So anyway, guys, if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Check out my store for Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, GV60 accessories, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Are you a new or existing owner of a Hyundai Ioniq 5? Then check out my store because I got a bunch of cool new stuff to show you. So obviously you got the OG magnetic eyewear holder, but I've also got a new magnet shaped like the Ioniq 5 wheel. Do you like big 40-ounce water bottles or tiny little cans? Well, I've got both. This one shrinks your cup holder, while this one enlarges it. I've also got some for the rear seat. I've also got a keychain that resembles the charging indicator in the charge port, and if you don't even want to see this charge port indicator when you're charging at night, you can go ahead and cover it up with this little guy. These LEDs flash very bright at night, so you might not want people coming over and looking at them, and when you're done, thanks to these two little nubs, you can go ahead and store it right in your charge port. I design and 3D print these all myself, and every single sale goes towards the channel and helping me grow it a little bit more. So you can purchase any of these products from the links in the descriptions. If you're international, please use my Etsy store. If you're in the US, you can go to my website, ioniqguy.com. You can also purchase them right here without leaving YouTube from the store on my channel page. And if you have any custom requests, shoot me a message because I'm always open to trying something new. So I appreciate you checking them out, and I hope you like them.